So I wrote a book. Let's talk about that. Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome back. Today we are going to talk about my debut novel. This is more of a relaxed video, so just kind of get you some snacks, get you something to drink, sit back, relax, and let's talk about my book. So I don't want to tell you guys my whole life story. Not only would that video take forever, but it would be very boring. So I just want to give you a little bit of backstory on what led me to even write this novel. So I think my passion for writing started when I was a kid, playing with action figures. I would try to tell a storyline. I wouldn't just pick them up and mash them and make them fight. I would try to have a love interest, have a villain, a beginning, a middle, an end to the story. And, that I think is what started this creativity of telling a story. And I think it progressed when I got in school. Obviously, when we're all younger and we have English class or reading class, whatever they call it, writing class, you get prompts from your teachers, or you might have a homework assignment or a test where you have to come up with a story and follow these three things, or, fill out the plot map and those kind of things. And I think that's what really furthered my interest in writing. I wrote short stories and I would write for fun with my friends or making music or in class, but I never took writing seriously until probably my senior year in high school. And that's when I was trying to, figure out what I'm going to do with my life, as we all do in that point in time. I decided at the time that I wanted to be a film director. I was applying at these different film schools, and to get in, what you had to do was submit a script. So I wrote this story. It was called The Lick. It was about this group of kids that, pretty much go on this heist mission. And it was okay, but I sent it off. The school liked it, and I actually got approved. Now, the reason why I didn't go is because it cost a lot of money, and, I didn't want to go into debt and then come out and not have a guaranteed job. So I ended up not going the director path. But doing that kind of gave me the confidence, I feel like, to be okay, I can actually write something. So after that, I think I had multiple attempts of trying to write a full script or to write a full novel, and it just never really panned out. In fact, here's a video clip from me from 6 years ago talking about working on a debut novel. I am a writer, so that's another hobby and passion I have. So besides writing music, I also write scripts, I write stories, I write poems. Anything to do with writing, I'm pretty big in, and I work on scripts, like I said. I'm working on a story right now, and when that's done, I will let everyone read it. I think that the right story has to hit you for you to want to write that full novel. I've had many different ideas. I have a whole, closet full of ideas on my computer or in my notebooks. Or started stories, or just prompts, short stories I've wrote, but nothing that grabbed me to where I was no, I have to tell this full length, full story. Until about the end of last year, I was thinking about my New Year's resolution, and I have thought about, I've wanted to write a full length novel forever. And it wasn't my New Year's resolution to do so, but I remember sitting around waiting for the ball to drop and just thinking about it, you know what? I've always wanted to write a novel, and I've never committed to doing it. And maybe this year I should just try. And what happened was, in those early stages, kind of at the end of December, I was already thinking of a story and ideas and characters, and, oh, that would be kind of cool if this happened, or no, maybe this should happen. And I think that's what really, fueled me to keep going. So then January rolls around, and I am thinking about this story nonstop. Whether I'm in the shower, I'm thinking about this story. If I'm going to bed at night, when I'm laying down, I'm kind of playing out a scene in my head. When I'm driving to work, I kind of have another scene playing in my head. And I remember Stephen King had a clip about him saying, he doesn't keep an idea journal, that if a story is good, it will stick. In fact, here it is.
People will say, do you keep a notebook? And the answer is, I think a writer's notebook is the best way in the world to immortalize bad ideas. My idea about a good idea is one that sticks around and sticks around and sticks around. To me, it's like if you were to put breadcrumbs in a strainer and shake it, which is what the passage of time is for me. It's like shaking a strainer. All this stuff that's not very big and not very important just kind of dissolves and falls out. But the good stuff stays. The big pieces stay.
this was the first time that I think that I had a story that was just clicking. It was just, I could not stop thinking about it. I couldn't get out of my head. So I decided I was going to write a novel. And I used to be a delivery driver. And when I was a delivery driver, you would get a sheet of all your stops. And I remember looking at it, I'm like, oh my goodness, I have 150 stops. I'm never going to be able to do this. And my boss, I remember him saying, no, you don't have 150 stops. You have one stop. And after you do that one stop, you have one more stop. And then after you do, and you kind of have to have that mindset. If you look at the overall project, I think you're going to get freaked out and just walk away. But when you look at it like, I just need to tell this part of the story, or I just need to write this chapter or this page or this paragraph, at least that's what helped me. Yeah, let me see here. It took me a total of, it took me 8 months to write the first draft. Now, the first draft was messy. Don't even get me on like spelling and grammar. That was all kinds of out of control. But the main story was there. And then the next draft, I kind of went back and fixed story elements. And then I sent it off to beta readers and got their ideas and then brought it back and then fixed that. And then now I'm kind of going through finishing up the final edits. So my novel is finished. It is not released yet. I am planning on having it published here soon. I'm going to self-publish, and hopefully it'll be, for sale online and hopefully in some stores. So the name of the book is A Pedal Through Stone. I'm not going to put up the cover on the screen because I'm going to do a cover reveal. And if you want updates on the book or, release dates, graphics, book cover reveals, details, all that kind of stuff, down below is linked is my newsletter. Sign up for that, and that's where I send out all the information about my book or upcoming writing. So if you are interested in that, check down below in the description. So as I was writing my book throughout this year, I'd hit probably around the midpoint way, and I was watching some videos of, how to promote and how to publish and how to get your name out there. And I saw this video, and I can't remember, what video it was. If I do, I'll link it below. And in the video, she said something like, no one knows who you are. They're not going to buy your book. You're not going to just get online randomly and just buy a random book from a random person. They don't know you. They don't know if they like your writing. So she recommended when you're writing your first novel is to release a short story for free. Give it out for free and let people read it. And if they like your writing and they like that, then hopefully they will purchase your book when it comes out. And she said, bonus, if you can make that short story tie into your book, then it's even better. So, like I said, I was about halfway through my book and I decided, I'm going to do that. So I halted my book, put a pause, I should say, and I wrote this short story. Now, the short story is set in the same city, but it's not the same genre. So my actual novel that's coming out would be considered a crime drama or a crime thriller, where The Mark They Left is more of a thriller, crime thriller mystery. If you're interested in reading The Mark They Left, here is the back of the book blurb. In the city of Heartland, justice doesn't knock, it bleeds. When a teenage boy is found tortured and branded with a cryptic symbol, Detective Myra Sullivan is pulled into a case that cuts close to home. 7 years ago, a mark just like this nearly destroyed her, and now it's back. With her loyal canine partner Maverick and a rookie still learning the ropes, Myra follows a trail that leads deeper than gang rivalries or street politics. The symbol isn't just a signature, it's a message, and someone wants her to read it loud and clear. If you are interested in my novel, here's what that's about. In the ruthless streets of Heartland, power is taken, not given, and survival means knowing when to fight and when to run. 3 high school friends who grew up and apart find themselves back in the city that made them. Marcus, a dealer for the Black Flag family, is promised power if he kills for it. Devin, an undercover cop, is chasing justice in a place that still haunts him. And Brooke, a stripper, is desperate to escape, but the truth she uncovers might be more dangerous than staying. As secrets unravel and blood is spilled, they'll have to decide, face the past together or be buried by it. So again, I just kind of wanted this to be a more relaxed video. I just kind of wanted to give you a little bit of, why I wrote the book and what the book's about. I'm planning to release it to the world for sale within the next couple of months. So stay tuned, follow the channel, follow my socials. Thanks for watching. If you could click that subscribe button, that would really help. See you next time.